Adebayo Boyega, whose election was some time back cancelled by an election petition tribunal, has formally reacted to his recent victory, and of course his party, the APC, at the Court of Appeal. More on that will come your way as the program gets deeper. The United States of America's ambassador to Nigeria recently in Abuja tasked young lawmakers on inclusiveness in governance. Stay with us for who that was in attendance during the event and who said what. We also have a report on the resolution of members of the Buhari Oshimbajo Support and Solidarity Alliance that recently met in Abuja to find a bearing for its membership as new administrations awaits inauguration at the federal and state levels. As usual, the political tidbit segment is rich with news trending in the political arena. All this in this week's edition of the program with me, Muhammad Abubakar. Don't go away. Let's begin the program this week from the banquet hall of the presidential villa, where President Muhammadu Buhari, at an award ceremony organized by the Progressives Governors Forum, asked the governor APC and its extended family to feel justifiably proud for working very hard to put Nigeria back on track. Adamu Sambo is our guide.
The Honours Award is to formally appreciate President Muhammadu Buhari for his visionary, exemplary and purposeful leadership as well as selfless service to humanity, thereby dismantling obstacles to national development and restoring the country on the path to sustainable future.
Mr. President, you may not know that you're a God-given asset to this nation. Most of the leaders in this country are those who either buy their love or buy their fame or buy their political position. But in your own case, you don't spend 1 naira and you have love come to you. You have leadership come your way. This is only judgment I have to say you are destined by God to govern this country. And distractors can never stop you from where God has destined you. I salute you, Mr. President.
President Muhammadu Buhari described the gesture by the Progressives Governors Forum as not only encouraging, but also a reminder for him to continue dedicating his life to serving Nigerians and moving the country's democracy to the next level.
Going forward, we must all work towards building a socially cohesive society in which the resources of the country work for all. We will continue to apply public funds in such a way that no section of the country or segment of the population suffers social exclusion.
Meanwhile, in the same venue, political correspondent Salihu Abdullahi was able to engage some of the Progressives' family members on their effort to sustain the core values of the Progressives' agenda in the next level of governance.
In few weeks' time, many here will not be in the position they occupy. But not occupying a position does not mean not being able to contribute to the ideals of the Progressives. So, when the curtain falls on the tenure of this category of people, what will be their priority?
The desire to salvage Nigeria, to realize the full potential of Nigeria, those progressive tendencies still exist within that party, and we just need to reinforce those values. APC is a child of evolution, and whatever we're going through as a party today, it's only a process of maturation. I guess what I'm very excited about is that what brought those governors together, the desire to salvage Nigeria, to realize the full potential of Nigeria, those progressive tendencies still exist within that party, and we just need to reinforce those values and those tendencies.
More so that we have in President Muhammadu Buhari a leadership you can trust, a leadership that is faithful to the followers, just like the followers are faithful to him. this reciprocity of commitment, loyalty, and faithfulness is what I believe would water the tree of democracy in this party. The real APC that will take this country to the next level and what I call the promised land. It can only be in APC, because if you look at the preponderance of opinion that have been galvanized and put together and also geared towards, focused towards one thing, taking this country to an enviable position.
Already promised that we will continue to ensure that activity is undertaken to include everyone, so that everyone will continue to prosper. We focus more on education.
The exit of some progressives from position of authority ushers in other progressives, while some will still be around to serve as a link between the two.
How they started, the level of commitment they made, the level of efforts they made to get this nation to where it is, and to learn from there and to make sure that we do exactly what they have done.
So it's something very inspiring. It teaches us a lot, that one must be humble.
Let us at this juncture take a trip to the northeastern state of Gombe, where Emmanuel Akila reports that the All Progressives Congress in the state is very much ready to give people of the state the leadership style they so much yearn. This was at the presentation of the report by the Transition Committee inaugurated by the governor-elect soon after he emerged victorious in the 2019 governorship elections.
The transition and sectoral committees were given 3 weeks to meet with various ministries and government agencies in the state to ensure a successful transition. The deadline is over, and the transition committee chairman, Muhammad Kabir Ahmad, leads members of the committee to submit their findings and recommendations to the governor-elect. Despite the challenges encountered during the talks, Kabir Ahmad prayed the APC incoming government to consider the recommendations made with a view to implementing them.
In order to carry the citizens of this state along, your administration should at least commence or convene a town hall meeting, an interactive session with all citizens across the state, with a view to explaining to them the state of affairs of this state, the challenges, because the goodwill is there, the expectations are very high.
The findings now present a clear picture of the socio-economic position of the state to Inwehaya and how to start its administration.
The process of implementing some of the committee's recommendations may be very painful, but the outcome may be more beneficial in the long term.
Muhammad Inwehaya also inaugurated committees for swearing in come 29th of May 2019.
As the anticipation on the soon-to-be inaugurated 9th Assembly continues, Senator Kabir Ibrahim Gaya has called on the ruling APC to zone the position of the Deputy Senate President of the 9th Senate to the northwest, so that people like him can try their luck on the offices that are up for grab.
So every zone in the Senate will have a position. But you can't say that no, because this zone has only one senator, we should give that zone deputy senate president. While you have zone that you have 20 senators, and you can't give them that position. I think it is fair, even if you have children in the houses, I know you have. The one who runs more for your errands, I'm sure you try to please him more, so that the other guys in the house will also try to emulate the other guy who has been favorite.
With us in the studio to talk more on the Assembly's leadership and other issues relating to the APC is Shehu Hassan Saleh, a House of Representatives member from 2003 to 2007 from Jos North, Bassa Local Government, Plateau State.
Anything less than candor, if we do not tell Nigerians why the APC is so concerned. And of course, we all remember what happened in 2015. No political party with such an outstanding majority sits down and allows the leadership of the National Assembly, through which the party, legally, it is through the National Assembly that the party can actually carry out its manifesto, implement its policies, have policies in place backed by law that are capable of fulfilling our national aspirations. So that is why the APC is so concerned about who becomes the leader, who becomes the Senate President, who becomes the Deputy Senate President, the leader, and there you have it, as well as the House of Representatives. It's not uncommon. As a matter of fact, it is the norm rather than the exception. The majority party, although some cynics have said that the Constitution is silent on, the Constitution is not silent. It says the majority, which implies that whichever party with the majority should produce the leadership. And this is what you have in all democracies in the world anyway.
All things being equal.
All things being equal. We do not, as a matter of fact, I would agree that all things being equal, all things should be equal. All things should be as they should be, as they ought to be. Even in the country from which we adopted our system of government, the United States of America, it is not only on the Senate President. They have not only zoned, but I think some have suggested names, and I quite agree with them. What we are talking about here, we're talking about preeminence. We're talking about acumen. We're talking about experience. These are things that come to play. You do not want neophyte taking over the affairs of the nation. The life wire of our democracy is the National Assembly.
The Speaker House of Reps was recently quoted saying that the ruling APC will receive the shock of its life when eventually it comes to the real voting process as to who becomes what in the... Why do you think the Speaker is sounding so confident and boastful?